Lineup tonight, Coach?
Condo in. We're going with 6D. Keep Bora out for one more game. It's yesterday was his first real hard practice with the team, and this morning's a morning skate. So he's still 5 pounds he hasn't gained back, and timing and all that. I think, and the other side is I can't keep Clayson out. He's played too well.
Up front?
Up front, Laser's out, so Nealer's back in.
Any particular reason for that move?
Yeah, we can't play 13 forwards.
Okay. But you just wanted to get Chris in?
We need. Yeah, that's what I want. I wanted Chris back in. I look at their lineup. They got some tough guys there. They're home. You want to make sure on the road that the physical side is there. Especially our last game wasn't hard. Wasn't physical enough. So I think Nealer deserves to get back in and have a choice to make. And I want to keep Kelly in. It's a good penalty kill, and Wingo's obviously is going to stay in. So my choice is that Laser. So it's nothing specific about Lazar not playing. It's a question of numbers now. So we're back to a real NHL lineup where we got to make those tough decisions every game. And sometimes there's no particular reason for one guy. He's just the odd one out.
Do you like that? The fact that you do have some tough decisions to make, internal competition?
You do, because before now I would say no, to be honest with you. I'm a real big believer that hockey's a question of intangibles. For me, it's not about numbers and stats and all that stuff. It's people, it's relationships, chemistry, leadership, and all that. So I tend to keep the smallest amount of players because I like to have chemistry, which has worked terrifically since the beginning of the year. But now we're at the part of the year where it's all about NHL depth and quality depth. And we got to have, and at any moment somebody's going to get hurt or sick again, and instead of bringing up a guy from the American League, and we have guys here that are ready to go, and it has to make a difference until the end of the year.
You talked about the fact that you had 13 forwards, you got to make a call, but if Curtis had better numbers, he'd be in the lineup, right? Like, are you not getting enough from Curtis Lazar?
You know what? For me, you guys and everybody are not the same spot as I am. Because you've seen him in the past years. I'm in a year where here's a kid I didn't see for months, and has had to battle mono, has had to battle getting all the timing and not just the timing, but the NHL speed back, timing, and everything else. For me, it's just a guy's missed too much, and he's just getting his game back slowly, and then from there we have to build it up. But we had a great portion of the year where he wasn't there, so other guys have built up their game. So for me, it's less about him than it is about everybody else that taking the spots that he would have had. So like I'm doing with Clayson now, I don't want to pull guys out that don't deserve to be pulled out. That's where he's at. So he's squeezed, but it's not his fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the circumstances. That's what it is. Obviously, if he had been a 7-year veteran first liner, he probably would have had the experience to get back on track right away. But I mean, you look at Stone. Took him a while. Took him a good month and something to just get his game back, and he's a top liner. So imagine a kid that's missed so much, that's just trying to find his game in the NHL. He is where he is right now, but for me, it's nothing alarming. That's just the way it is, period. So what can he do more? It's just he's got to keep building his game. I like the way he drives now. There's less hesitation in his game. His speed and his relentless attitude is what probably is his number one asset, and I thought he's brought that the last game. So to me, it's on the right track, but he's got guys ahead of him on the PK. He's obviously got guys ahead of him on the power play, and in 5-on-5, he's suffers from the circumstances of this year. But at the same time, I mean, it's no different than any young guy from any other team that I'm looking at their lineup now. There's new guys in from the last time, and there's guys that were up and down. Some guys were in, and now I don't see them on the board either. Young guys are at a point where they battle to find their niche, and that's where he's at. But I liked his last game, so I saw a build-up. It's just right now, I'm not going to take somebody out that has been playing since the beginning and being consistent. So that's where it's at.
Is it at all a dangerous thing? I mean, like you said, you want to keep as few players as possible. I guess you like 1 or 2 extras. Is it dangerous having guys sit out?
It's the NHL. It's the NHL. I mean, I think we're probably the only team that didn't do that since the beginning of the year. So I think we did it on purpose to exactly for that reason, is that you have to have guys who feel good about themselves, and to do that, you need the least amount of guys not playing. But there comes a time where you have to have it. Like, you can't just every time wait for an American leaguer to come out in the last second, take a car ride, 6-hour ride, and show up here and expect that he's going to play at his best. And so you want to have guys here, especially for this stretch. So that was the plan all the way. And so we're just following the plan that we had from the beginning. And I'm just happy now we have different options. And that's what it's about. It's about options right now. And I don't see anybody falling out of the lineup because all of a sudden they're not performing. So that's the good part.